Now, you may be wondering, Don Watts, why are you starting off with the Raiders game when this is supposed to be, number one, a Colts game, and number two, I hate this team game? Well, I just wanted to give a congratulations to Gardner Minshew. He has upset the Raiders once again. We all saw what he did last year, and he's done it again now with the Raiders this time. So glad he's actually winning it. Now we're gonna go on to the real deal. Colts lose to the Jordan Loveless Packers 10-16. Fire everyone. Fire everyone except Shane. And I'm being honest, Shane didn't do good either. I'm just keeping him because I know he can be good. Fire everyone. The season's over. If we can't beat the Packers team, what are we going to do when we play the Bills? What are we going to do when we play, the Jets? What are we going to do when we play those kind of teams that are actually good? We're just going to go to the team stats right here. Rushing yards, 261. They had 227 rushing yards in one half. 227 rushing yards in one half. And you see this 16, right? I don't care that it says 16. I don't care if it said 11. If it said 11, I wouldn't care. We just let a... Who? I completely forgot. Malik Willis-led Packers team beat us. And you see these stats, you're like, it wasn't that bad. It was close. The defense maybe have played well. You see these stats, but you're just watching the box. Because I watched the entire game. Looked horrendous the whole game, except for that final drive on both sides. They punted like one time. And guess what? Look what it says by the interception zone. It says 3. We threw 3 picks. Now, one of his was not his fault because that was on a Hail Mary thrown 70 yards down the field. But he still threw 2 picks. Calm down. If you look at the box, they scored 16 points. You'd think that's good, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care. They could do whatever they wanted on that first half, and we're lucky that wasn't like a 30-point game for them. They had a near touchdown by Josh Jacobs, only stopped because they fumbled on the half-a-yard line. There were many times where the refs bailed us out in that first half, and then the refs just gave up on us because they knew we weren't going to win the game. They scored 10 in the first quarter. We looked horrible there. No one scored in the second. We both had a field goal in the third. And we scored a touchdown with 2 minutes left in the fourth while they scored a field goal. Now, Anthony Richardson did have a chance there. They just couldn't get down the field fast enough. The Packers are playing good defense. There was one time where we could have had a touchdown. Pittman just didn't jump and catch the ball. The defender made a good play there. Then, of course, Richardson threw another pick, unfortunately. Just overall, a bad game from everyone around. Anthony Richardson, he had about 5-6 drops, but he threw 3 picks. Let's be serious. It wasn't a good game from him. We're likely not going to have the best out of him yet because, he's new, basically. So, this is expected. But against the Pack, we needed a win. We needed a win here. We absolutely needed a win here. And, of course, it's encouraging to see that our defense did step it up in the second quarter. But still, we can't allow this to happen. We can't allow this to happen. Now, for rushing, Taylor rushed 12 times for 103 yards. He's really our only good player, apparently. It's disappointing. We're lucky we have him. Because if we didn't have him, we likely would not have scored a point. So we're lucky we had him. So the reason why I said Shane Steichen had a bad game, multiple times on like crucial third downs, he wasn't in, and I don't think he was in the fourth quarter at all. So I don't know what we were doing there. It's not like Taylor was hurt. They never said anything about Taylor being hurt. They actually said he was fine. They just weren't playing him, and I don't understand that because he's our best player on the field. Richardson had a good rush there at the end of the game. It was like 4th and 11. He ran that. That's why I still trust him. It's just right now, I think right now he's going to play bad, but he's going to play better down the stretch. That's what I thought. I was hoping since we had these easier games at the start that we would, start off strong. But, starting off 0-2, that really does not help any chance for anything. Yes, we have a pretty easy schedule, but in that middle phase, it gets a little scary. Of course, we play like Jaguars at home. We play the Dolphins. We don't know if Tua is going to be there or not. Play the Bills, play the Jets. Like there's some good teams down the stretch. We still play the Texans once. We play the Jaguars once at their stadium. It's just not looking good for the season. For receiving, Pierce, I don't know how, but Pierce has extremely stepped it up this season. Good game from him. 5 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Only touchdown on the day, of course. He had an amazing catch where Anthony Richardson should have thrown a pick, but it was kind of bobbled by whoever number 7 was, and he caught it somehow. Of course, that didn't mean anything because there was like 30 seconds left without any timeouts, unfortunately. But it was a good catch nonetheless. Taylor also caught 2 balls for 32 yards. Mitchell caught 1 for 30. Multiple times, Mitchell made a lot of mistakes today, which is kind of disappointing since he is our rookie. I hope he's going to start picking up soon. Mo Ali Cox had 1 good catch for 22 yards. Pittman, quiet day, 3 catches for 21 yards. Doolin, 1 catch, 13 yards. Taylor fumbled once, and Doolin kind of punched the ball out of bounds. So, congratulations to Doolin there. You played great there. If we had won, we would have won it because of you. Ogletree had 1 for 12. Granson had 1 for 9. Sermon had 1 for 7. And Goodson actually caught a ball today for 2 yards. Again, defense. We did get a fumble. That was basically our only good defensive play of the game. I don't believe we got a sack. Nope, not 1 sack. For a defensive line of this caliber, not getting a sack is terrible. And we can even get like stops behind the line, basically. Unfortunately, DeForest Buckner did get injured. He wasn't practicing the whole week, and we still played him. I don't know why. I've been hearing his ankle might have gotten broken. I hope not, but that would be his season. Laiatu also left with an injury. I think it was a hip injury. He did not come back, which is disappointing. That's our rookie. He got the fumble after it was fumbled from Josh Jacobs. I forgot who punched it out. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but apparently Pierce and Pittman played on defense along with Granson. Don't ask me about that. No kick returns. No punt returns. Matt Gay, guess what? He missed the field goal. I don't know. Like, ever since like week 13, week 14 of last year, he just hasn't been good. Whoever the kicker was from last week, I think we have to call him up again. I'm not high on Gay anymore, even though we did pay him a lot of money. And Sanchez punted 3 times. He played as good as a punter would play. Now we get to the Packers. Malik Willis, 12 for 14. He didn't throw that many mistakes. He almost had a perfect game. He had 122 yards and 1 touchdown, no interceptions. If that doesn't tell you anything about the secondary, I don't know what will. Rushing, Josh Jacobs, 151 yards. Malik Willis, 41 yards. Reed, 37 yards. Lloyd, 15 yards. Wilson, Melton, 9 and 8 respectively. We couldn't stop the run again this week, and that is extremely disappointing for a team that basically relies on stopping the run to stop the offense. Because, like I said, when we get to a good passing team, a good team, what is this team going to be like? We don't have a secondary. A lot of people are injured on the secondary. We no longer have a rushing offense, and now we don't even have a pass rush offense because 2 of our players are injured. And you know who me and basically every other Colts fan blames this on? Chris Ballard, Gus Bradley, people like that. It's disappointing. I don't even know our offensive coach. That's how bad it is. Dobbs caught 3 for 62. Wicks caught 3 for 26 in a touchdown. Kraft caught 2 for 16. Reed caught 2 for 9. Musgrave caught 1 for 6. Lloyd caught 1 for 3. Their defense had 1 sack. Williams had a pick. Wilson had a pick. And McKinney had a pick. I'm just going to finish this before we get to any more ranting. There's 1 punt return, no yards. Narvelson, he had a good day, 3 for 4. He did miss a kick, but he's a rookie, I believe, so you'd expect that. You'd expect it more than Matt Gay missing kicks, would you? And punting, Whelan punted 3 times, 139 yards. He played pretty good, too. Total yards, we kind of stat pad near the end there. I wish that offense that played near the end there played during the whole day because we would have put up 30. So it's disappointing. 338 to 383. We had more passing yards than them, surprisingly, 198 to 122, but they destroyed us on the rush, 261 to 140. We somehow had more yards per play, 6.4 to 5.7. We both had the same amount of third downs, and our third down efficiency was horrible, 2 for 9. They went 10 for 17. They went on 4th down at no times. We went twice. One was made after an 11-yard rush by Anthony Richardson. That was a great rush from him. They had 67 plays. We had 53. Not a lot of sacks on the day. We allowed 1. We both punted 3 times. They had more penalties. The refs were kind of being a little iffy on them, but really wouldn't have mattered. We had 3 penalties for 20. They lost a fumble, 3 picks, and they had the ball for 40 minutes while we had it 20. Basically parroting what happened last week. Now it is time for real rant time. Because this is unacceptable. We are now 4th in the division. Now the Jaguars and Titans did lose. That's a good thing. But what if the Texans win? They're 2-0. We're not catching up to that. Especially with the tiebreaker. Gotta laugh up the Ravens, by the way. 0-2. What needs to be done? Fire Chris Ballard. He literally parrots over and over again. Oh, we like our guys. Oh, our guys are good on the defense. Half the defense is injured. We don't have any backups. Our depth is horrible. Our starters are horrible. He can't put up a defensive play. He can't put up on anything in defense. Fire Gus Bradley. His defensive schemes have always been horrible. Shane Steichen, you need to lock in. I'm not saying to fire you because I know you're a good coach, but this was just a disappointing outing. The offensive coach, we need to think about firing him too. I don't even know who he is. Offensive coordinator. Jim Bob Cooter. Whoever, that guy. Fire him too. We've gotten to the point where Gus Bradley needs to be fired. Jim Bob Cooter needs to be fired. Brian Mason, you're fine. I like you. These people are probably fine. Everyone there is fine. Chris Ballard, wherever you are, you deserve to be fired as well. Fire everyone except Brian Mason and Shane Steichen. And Shane Steichen, you need to actually play next week. Because we can't start 0-3. Because if we start 0-3, we're starting 0-6. And if we start 0-6, the season's over. Next week, we play the Bears. We play a tough stretch. Steelers, Jaguars at their home, and Titans at their home. And then we play the Dolphins, Texans again. The Vikings look good today. Then we play the Bills and Jets. And then we play the Lions. I'll be honest, we could leave the Lions. We can leave the Lions game. What? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can leave the Lions game 0-10. There is a significant possibility that we leave the Lions game 0-10 if we don't do something. After that Texans game last week, too, I actually had hope. That was a good loss. We actually played well. We got to turn this around somehow, anyhow, anyway. It's just absolutely disappointing. Never should have lost this game whatsoever. It's unfortunate that we did. And, that's really all I have to say today. I don't know what's going on with it. One last thing. I'm making a recap video. I didn't make one last week because, I kind of fell out of love with making those ever since that Browns game. That Browns game just kind of ruined my goodwill with NFL. But I'm gonna return to make NFL recap this week because this is crazy. 49ers lost. Cowboys lost. We lost. That's an upset. You can consider the Jaguars game an upset too. They lost to the Browns. Lions lost. Ravens lost. It looks like the Rams are about to lose. And we don't know about the Bengals-Chiefs game right now. So, that's it for today. I'll see you guys next week. It's just disappointing. Peace, guys. See y'all.